Hey guys, it's Stacy, and I have a topic that is really hot on my heart right now, and it's free groups. Now, I just listened to Sarah Dan, D-A-N-N. She has a free Facebook group, and she was offering a webinar about how we market our free value on Facebook and on social media. She had some really amazing points. I was up until midnight listening to it. You can look her up. She's pretty cool. But here's what I took from it, and here's why I feel like maybe I haven't been as good enough of a leader to tell you guys this is what we should do. This is how it should work. Now, sometimes it takes falling on your face like I feel like I did this week with the free group that we're running, and then learning new things and realizing, okay, I feel like I've been doing it wrong. So this is coming from a place of super authenticity. So I'm going to break through this. I'm going to go through kind of what Sarah covered on her webinar. And so get a pen and paper, take notes if you spend any time with me. I do not want you feeling like you've left with nothing. You're going to get a lot of information real quick, and I'm going to run through this, okay? And I've got a couple of personal stories to kind of throw in there too. She was talking about, instead of calling them groups all the time to confuse people, start calling them like a challenge. So 5-day challenge. And the idea is to either have one challenge that you add people to every month, kind of like how we do with our sneak peeks, where we add people and keep them in there and just host a new one every month. And so some of those old people will start to revive that have been in there for a while, and maybe they've forgotten or got busy or circumstances happened, and then they see us in there the next month and they're like, oh yeah, that's right. Wow, they're so consistent. Wow, they're always giving value. Wow, they're always sharing their story. I'm going to sign up now. So here's what I think. I think each of us as coaches, we should all run our own separate free groups, because we are all very individual people with individual struggles and journeys and avatars, people that we want to work with. And it will pay off to do it, I believe, this way. Instead of running groups with other coaches, it gets watered down. I really feel like it gets watered down. Everyone's scared to like touch, step on each other's toes. There's too many cooks in the kitchen. You have to organize and communicate and do Zoom calls and make sure the content matches up with what you're feeling like your customers need and this other coach is feeling like their customers need, and everyone needs something different, and it takes a lot to organize that, and it's exhausting. So instead of doing it that way, when you run your own group, you not only get to be you get to know what your content's going to be. You can have it all saved in a Word, like a Google Drive document or a Word document, and you can know exactly what's going to be posted and when, so that you feel like you're either not letting your clients down, and or you can give them bonus material, or you can add more to it, or take away if it seems too much, so you know it all so well. So here is what Sarah Dan was talking about. She was saying, when you do a group, have it mean something about you. Like, so who's your ideal challenger? Who were you before you started on this journey? Who was I 5 years ago? What did I need? What's the solution for them? What kind of group would help them? Like, is it body after baby? Is it food allergies and, being gluten-free or paleo or vegan? Is it finding the motivation when you're a stay-at-home mom and the time to make for yourself? Like, what is the group title going to look like? What do you feel like your people need? So if you don't even know what they need, just start with something and then you'll slowly figure it out, right? So that's what I'm kind of like. Were you a sugar addict, or fast food, emotional eating? What do I really want to share? What are my main pain points? They're most likely going to be your ideal customer's pain points as well. So, me feeling like I was stuck in my body, stuck in my life. I didn't have a lot of energy. Now I do. What did I want 5 years ago? Well, I wanted a safe place. I wanted something that wasn't going to break my bank. I wanted a calendar so I could be told what to do, because I was super tired of trying to figure out what I needed to do. And then I needed the accountability along with the safe place. And social media is such a great way to keep yourself accountable. You can keep yourself accountable in the group and on your public page, right? As coaches, we do it both places. So she talked about, you know, like if you're going to do a body after baby, you'd be like day 1, goal setting, motivation. Day 2, nutrition. Day 3, talk about fitness, workouts, accountability, and so on. And so what she was saying is you can not only give props every day, so you could be like, okay guys, at the end of this video when I'm done, I want you to, you know, comment below this thread with your homework and, or, you know, whatever it is that you want them to do, like post your favorite motivational quote, you know, and whoever posts every day for the 5 days underneath where you've told them to post, every time they've posted, their name goes into a drawing, and at the end of the week, they get something really cool. And you can share with them what they're getting, or you can keep it a secret. It's up to you. But that way you can challenge them daily, because they need to be challenged daily. They need to be engaged and active. And I feel like a lot of us have done these groups, and we're like, where's everyone? There's 88 people in this group. What's going on? Do I have to tag them every day? Like, that's exhausting. Yes, we should always tag them on day 1 and in the kind of in the front end of the group. But after day 1 of tagging someone, I'm just not going to take my time to tag people every day. It's not how I want to do it, right? You can tag people every day. That's your business. It's totally up to you. So what she was saying is like doing a live video every day for 5 minutes or whatever in the group would be so awesome, talking about the stuff, throwing up a couple infographics, a couple images to help the visual people see what's going on. And then she said to keep it, like, instead of going from one group to the next group to the next group and like leaving everyone else behind that was in like your Sweet Treat Cheats group last month, like you've just left those people. What do you can't just leave them. Like, you need to keep servicing them and giving them free value so that they can eventually join you. It takes like 7 exposures for people to most of the time for us to join us, for them to join us, so that you've either hit them up 7 times on your public account where you're kind of doing the attraction marketing and they've really felt a heart connection with you, or you've hit them up 7 times with a couple free groups or whatever. Don't let go of those people. Always have them. So what she was saying is you can either keep them in a revolving group like I talked about a minute ago, and just kind of refreshing the group every month. And it's your people, it's your group, it's only you and only your prospects. That's why I think it gets too messy when all of us coaches have a ton of people in a group. This is just my opinion though. So, or you could move them into a 365-day a year community where you're constantly in there, you're constantly doing live videos, you're sharing, you're posting things. I personally don't do this now. I don't have a free year-long group where I post things and show up because I haven't organized that yet. So I need to do that. But I think I might do it the free challenge way, and because I think that makes more sense to me rather than having like a separate 5-day group, move everybody into the free group, separate 5-day, move them. I'm not sure what I want to do. You guys have to tell me what you think. So basically, you're just sharing. You're not selling to these people. You're just sharing what works for you. So people need to know like what's free and what's paid. This is another big one. Like, well, why is this group free and then I have to pay now to join you into this other group? I don't understand. And that's why you call it a challenge, and then you call or vice versa, right? You just call it something different instead of a group. So she said, confused people do not buy. And I really think that's true. When someone has an objective or an objection, it's usually because they're confused and they don't get it. And they're like, well, I don't really understand this, so I'm just going to say no, or I'm just going to ignore the person because they don't understand the upfront info. So let them know what the costs are. Don't be shy. Be like, this is a freaking awesome value. Spring into Health, $160. Get your challenge pack now, right? So she also talked about like when you offer your paid thing, do it on day 3 in the 5-day group, because if you pitch it on day 3, then you can kind of be sprinkling it in on the Thursday and the Friday. She said to always start Monday through Friday. She says that's the best way to work, and I think it's the best way as well, because on the weekends we're just too busy to be checking our phone all the time and doing all this stuff. There's not enough structure on the weekends. So Monday through Friday. And she said, you should be adding so much value that they will be running for their credit card. And that's what happens is when they trust you, they're gonna be like, yeah, where do I sign up? That's our goal, is to get them to be that way. Where do I sign up? How do I pay you? That is our goal. That is what we do as coaches. We serve people for free and we add value because we know how freaking awesome it is. And then once they pay, we know that they're going to love it. We know that they're in, right? So I was even thinking last night when I was listening to her, like how Claudia Kammer, she's a coach on the team. She mailed me a Christmas card and she was like, because of you, I'm in the family's picture this year. And it totally made my heart open up and like gave me so much joy. And I think it'd be so cool, like if she and I went on a Zoom call and we just went into the group and we did like a little Q&A and a little question thing, and that'd be adding value to people because it'd be a testimony and other moms would be able to see like, oh, okay, well, yeah, I've never been in my family's Christmas card either because I feel too insecure to be in it, you know? So those types of things, like what do your people need? What do they need to hear? It's like she talked about getting them from island A to island B. How do we get them from island A, like a cold lead, someone we don't even know really, or we just kind of chatted with a couple times? How do we get them to island B where, okay, they're frustrated, they need something? How do we get them over to island B where it's like, I feel so good, I have a plan, I've got my daily nutrition, I've got my adaptogen herbs to help me with all the stress I'm facing in life. Like, how do we get them from one place to the other? So, remember, people are selfish. They need to know what it is that they are getting. You need to always gear it to, you are going to feel this way. If you do this, you're going to feel this, right? And use the same words that they've told you. There's a book that I read called Essentialism, and that's what Sarah Dan said last night. She was like, dude, if it's not a hell yes, it's a no. And that's what Essentialism talks about. Like if you immediately go, I'm not sure, and it's not like, yeah, that's an awesome idea, then it's probably a no. So we need to get these people feeling like that, and we need to really get some results. Go potty, but you can go potty, bum. Go potty. So remember too, this is a lead magnet. When you're doing a free 5-day thing, it's a lead magnet. You need to get their emails so you can get them on a list, get them into MailChimp or some other, or just get them into a bulk email system or into your Gmail streak, and send out an email of like a Teen Beachbody blog recipe every month. Just send something out to keep touching them, because this basically is like an appetizer. We're offering appetizers and little teasers to our full program. Sam told me, this is a little story I was thinking of before I made this video. She's in a play camp at the musical Playhouse this week, and it's a 5-day spring break camp. And I was like, hey babe, it seems like your teachers are really cool, and it's, you know, it sounds like you're having a lot of fun. Like, do you like the teachers? And she's like, yeah, you know, I like them, but it's really confusing because there's a lot of them. And it just dawned on me before I made this. I'm like, yeah, it doesn't matter how awesome all of us coaches are. If there's 5 of us running a group, we're all amazing. We all have so many gifts, but it's going to be confusing to people if they don't quite get which way's coming. Like, they don't know who's coming at them. They don't know the stories. They don't know who these people are. They only know you, and they don't know you that well. And then we're all in a group together. No wonder it's quiet, right? So my thought is when you're running it by yourself, you can speak exactly, people want to know your story, right? They want to know how you overcame obstacles. They want to know where you came from. They want to know how you do stay in shape, how you do stay motivated. And you can be bold enough to share that when it's just you and them in the group. I think it's a tighter connection, and I think it's better that way because you can just really be raw and real with these people because they want you. They want to hear the good stuff. They're not getting the good stuff when it's watered down with all these coaches running the group, unless we have like poured a bunch of stuff onto them, and then that's kind of overwhelming. But like one person showing up, it's not as overwhelming, I don't think, because you're like, I get it, that's my teacher, and you hone in on that person, right? This just makes so much sense to me. That's why I'm so fired up about it. So selling, you have to kind of think like selling isn't bad, you guys. Selling stuff, yes, we need to share and not like hard sell them, but we also need to sell them the challenge pack because then we're serving them. We can't serve them and love on them and give them the plan that we have unless they buy the challenge pack. You know what I mean? So if you have negative beliefs on like, well, what if they don't have $160? Well, it's kind of expensive. I mean, it's $200. Stop. Like, you don't know. They could be a freaking trust fund baby. You have no idea what their wallet looks like. We have no idea what other people's wallets look like. I learned that when I worked retail. I learned to never judge anybody or never assume anything about money based on appearance, because you don't know. You have no idea. So for you, if you ever have thought like, oh man, I just, I don't know if anyone would pay this challenge pack. I'm a new coach. I don't know how much value I can really add to them because I just started my journey. So I'm not going to feel as confident like selling them on something because, well, if you don't know, then you need to go to YouTube and you need to really dig deep and you need to figure out why you're here and why you believe in this product and be confident about it, right? And yes, sometimes it takes time, but you can kind of fake it till you make it too. We're behind a computer. It's not like we're in person doing a seminar. Like, it's not that hard, right? So again, she said, pitch on day 3, have a really strong call to action, let them know what's in it for them. Let them know, like Shalene just talked about this on the National Wake Up Call, let them know that it's like there's only 3 spots left. Make it scarce. Make it a sense of urgency. Make it where if you literally don't sign up in the next 10 minutes, I don't know if there's going to be a spot for you because I only help X amount of people every month because I want to give people the best one-on-one attention. When you kind of come at it from that angle, they'll be like, oh, well, I want to lose 5 pounds in May. I do have that vacation. Crap. I should probably do this. Like, this is exciting. Have them do it then. Make them do it that day, because if you don't, they're going to get a bill. They're going to get an email. They're going to get distracted. Someone's going to get sick and you've lost them. Okay, so we need to really figure out how to do that, like fear of missing out that I was talking about in the coach group, the FOMO, F-O-M-O, fear of missing out. You're going to miss out if you don't act now. Okay, and then also, you can repurpose the content, guys. Like, don't stress yourself out. Just because you work full-time and your mom and all that stuff, like I said, save it in a Google Drive. Save it in a Word document. Be like, okay, well, this post was a hit, got a lot of traction. This post, I could probably take that one out. Maybe I'll add this in because I feel like I really connect with this now. So instead of doing like a post about how much water you should drink, maybe I'll throw in something about a couple good personal development books about emotional eating because I think that might help them more. You're just going to kind of repurpose, recreate just a little bit here and there, but it's kind of the same stuff, okay? So don't stress about the content. And again, like I said, it's yours. You can tweak it as you go. You don't have to ask anyone to tweak it. You don't have to ask another coach that you're co-hosting the group with. It's yours. And then also, do a picture, do a before and after picture, transformation picture. Share your story from the get-go. Not to be like, oh, look at me, but to be more like, hey, you can have this. I'm just the same as you. I'm no different. I'm just like 2 years ahead of the game, right? Like, that's it. That's all we have to say. So, I think that's it, you guys. I talked about how they want your journey. Katie Ersta, who I was sitting with at Super Saturday this last time, she doesn't ever even run free groups with her own coaches. She does her own free group. She has a system. She gives the content to her coaches and tells them, this is what I use. This is what I do. Go ahead and go do it yourself. Because it's practice, you guys. Like, if you don't run your own free 5-day challenge, that's where you build confidence. That's where you practice. If you don't run those, you're not adding a ton of value unless you're doing it all on your public Facebook. You're not adding like that one-on-one personal close-knit value. And then that gives you really good practice to run your actual 30-day challenge groups or 21-day challenge groups, however, or year-long challenge groups, because we have the year-long, rotating club membership now. So use those 5-day challenges as practice to like get better call to actions, space your posts better, use better wording, figure out what your people need in your challenge group too. So yeah. And you can always have people add friends. You can have them tag friends. You're going to build kind of like a I don't know, fit girls group. You know, you're just going to be like, yeah, you're my gang. And even though you haven't bought from me yet, like, I'm all for you. You know, so I hope this helps. I knew it was going to be longer than I wanted it to be, but this is truly everything on my mind. And let's get to work doing really good free groups or challenges, whatever you want to call them, this year. And let's really hone in on our market, who we are, what our story is, what they need, what we needed, and speak to that. Okay, talk to you guys later. Bye.